Hey everyone, back today with another update on my free-to-play account. I am now at day 76. Um, as you can tell from the title, really the big thing that's happened since I last made an update video for this is opening Soulless. That happened Saturday night. Opened the one void shard that I had from login rewards, and he happened to pop right out of there. In terms of stats, I've got not unreasonable gear on him at the moment. The 3K defense is a pretty big deal. The fact that it says just 62% crit is a bit misleading, because most of the time, if he is in a team, then Mausoleum Mage is also in a team, and the 30% crit buff is actually a pretty big deal. Also, at the moment, him having 176 accuracy, I wouldn't say was necessarily easy. However, when I get to the point where I've gotten enough potions to be able to ascend him, I do have this, so that's going to take a huge pressure off my gear in terms of being able to move some stuff around and put him into something for either more damage, or it's possible that I may be able to fit him into lifesteal gear to better make him work in both Dragon and Clan Boss. Now, he's still in those teams for me, but being able to use this banner will be quite a big deal, because it means that I'll be able to drop at least one of the accuracy sets. Obviously, past that, I've also gotten Soulbond Bowyer to 5-star and 50, so I'm using her in Tag Team Arena. So if we just look at my stuff right here, so everything on the top row except for Frozen Banshee is in Tag Team Arena, and then so are these three. And then past here is just me leveling up some food, because I do currently have a XP boost, so I'm working on that a bit. I am now at the point where I can get silver medals because of Soulless, so I am working on that. I'm still not putting in my full defense, so most days I wake up somewhere in bronze, I get a few medals before I land back into silver and start working from there. But it makes it so that I can still get the easier wins with my medals. For Tag Team Arena, I'm at 13 fragments on Drexar, so I've been trying to be fairly consistent about getting those. Unfortunately, since it's a 24-day cooldown, or 24-hour cooldown, sorry, not 24-day, it means that it actually is a little bit later every single day that you get the fragment for Drexar. So eventually you're going to have a day where you just miss one so that you can kind of reset when you buy it, which is a little frustrating, but it is what it is. So that's that. In terms of dungeons, for Spider, just bringing in Soulless meant that I was no longer bottlenecked at the Force Affinity of Stage 11. Having a good nuke champion that wasn't Magic Affinity was a huge deal. Would also made me immediately be able to do Stage 12, kind of like I expected. But my gear is not quite good enough to do Stage 13. So at the moment, I'm kind of avoiding Spider unless it's going to be a Spider tournament for a little bit of extra rewards. Until, of course, I get a little bit better gear, or one of my another one of my turn meter decrease champions up to 6-star, and then I should be able to do 13, have the chance at 6-star accessories. And then in Dragon, the only other place that I'm really spending any time, I know before Soulless I was at about 90% or so success rate on 16. Now I'm farming 17 at 100% success rate. Obviously 18 is Force Affinity, so I'm going to need to get gear to push past that. But I have this suspicion that as soon as I finish 18, 19 is kind of going to be a bit of a joke, since Kale and Tyrell are so important to that team, that 19 is going to be so much easier, and then potentially I'll be able to jump right into Stage 20. But like I said, it'll just take some work getting past Stage 18. So that is the dungeons. Like I said, so Clan Boss, I was kind of at this point before Soulless even, but I am very easily 3-keying Brutal, which means that I can put my 4th key into Hard most days if I want, depending on the affinity here, just for those extra bit of rewards, which is nice. And then in Arena, like I said, Tag Team, all I'm doing is trying to get my 10 wins every day. For whatever reason, I'm not getting attacked a lot, so I'm not dropping down very low. So the last, 4 or 5 days, it's been a little bit more difficult to actually get my wins. And I might accidentally push into Bronze too, which is probably okay. Like I said, the only thing in the bazaar I'm buying right now are Drexar fragments, and that's so that I can get him as quickly as I can. Means that I have to put a lot less effort into champions for Spider, so that's definitely exciting for me there. And then for regular arena, like I said, I'm now able to push into silver after spending probably almost a month and a half dropping into bronze 3 and 4 farming, which again, it's entirely on the back of Soulless. So let's see if I can find a reasonable team here. So this only has 1 turn meter boost. Depending on the order of their champions, I might still lose, because if Ray goes before these two, or their Haikatoon is a lot faster than mine, I could have some issues. But really, it's just going to come down to the speed race here. But Soulless really has made quite a difference in my whole account. So the speed boost is a big deal. Also, the fact that Mausoleum Mage gives block defense means it's not even that big of a deal most of the time if I get cut in on, because their defense down doesn't land on me. So I get to place that. Now here they're cutting in, so see, they didn't get defense down. Now the problem is, yeah, their Ray was before my the rest of my team. So that was the only issue that I thought may have happened. It was because Ray did get to cut in and remove the buffs that I had. So like I said, I knew that was a potential issue going into it, but I wanted to give you guys a quick example of what it's looking like right now. Obviously, as you can tell, some of these teams look quite strong for bronze. I would say that this was the easiest, but the team power is a little worrying. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to show you a great one. This is probably fine. Just to show that, yeah, Soulless is making quite the difference. But again, the fact that Mausoleum Mage in general makes it so that if they cut in, it's not as big of a deal, puts a lot less pressure on my gear. Yeah, and this was fine because Soulless then taunts with his nuke. So I'll actually go back and show just why Soulless is making such a huge deal in my teams. So obviously that was a lot of damage. Actually, this will be a good example. So this is now in Silver 1. They have a defense aura instead of a speed aura. So I will be going with Haikatoon at the very least, and it also means that since they don't have a way to remove block debuffs or my increased defense, that it doesn't matter if they're able to then cut in with Seeker afterward. But again, as you saw, Soulless does quite a bit of damage, so that doesn't matter as much. Now, if you're not familiar with Soulless as a champion, I don't want to go too long on this, but really the big thing is his A3 just does a ton of damage in addition to provoking and shielding himself. So I don't even have him ascended to do extra damage for the debuffs, but the multiplier on this is huge, which means I can use him as an arena nuker, but he also then functions as crowd control with provoke and keeps himself alive with the shield. So he fills that role in arena while also filling the role everywhere else as just regular crowd control. And it also just increases the duration of debuff. So he makes himself a pretty reasonable clan boss champion if you're using someone like Frozen Banshee. That increasing the length of their debuffs is a huge deal. And then again, his A2 oftentimes is just extra provokes, which is good. Like, you're bringing him for crowd control, and that's what he does, and he does it well. And then his A1 also has a chance of dealing more crowd control. So he actually just does a lot of damage while providing a lot of crowd control to the team. So he's kind of like Gnarlhorn, except he hits hard. So that's kind of why he's made such an impact on my account already. In addition to the fact that obviously he synergizes very well with Mausoleum Mage and Tayrell, and that triple of champions is actually in all of my teams and probably will be for quite some time. So I just wanted to give you guys an update of where I am with the free-to-play account. So thanks for watching. I do stream every night except Fridays at 7 p.m. So at the uh, reset for the dailies, and that's Central Time, obviously, and that's at twitch.tv/cluelesseconomist. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you tonight.